something different first. Atozy put out a video a couple weeks ago that I wanted to look at, and I never got to it. But this one is about like some kind of TikTok challenge that I'm guessing they got arrested, because from the thumbnail it looks like they're like kicking in doors for a TikTok challenge. So I'm kind of wondering how bad this is, because I have not heard about this TikTok challenge. So yeah, I think it's gonna be bad. I just have no idea how bad it is. I may rage. Here's an excellent chance I may rage. So buckle up. This could get bumpy.
This TikTok challenge is out there ruining people's lives because sadly in 2024, people don't think before they do a TikTok challenge. So what are they doing this time? Well, it's called the TikTok door kick challenge. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's kind of like ding dong ditching, as many of us grew up doing, unfortunately, except they got creative and they added some property damage into the mix, because why not? So it is what it is, I guess. After it gets dark, you run full speed from the street at someone's door and jump kick it. So not only are you damaging the door and the frame, but also waking and scaring the crap out of the people inside. Then on top of that, this is also happening in the US. And because of our Second Amendment, this can quickly become quite the extreme sport for the person doing this.
Exactly. Tornado, you got it, and Atozy was there with you, and so was I. You get someone who keeps their firearm handy because they are an enthusiast, and the second they hear a slam like that against the door, they will instantly think someone's trying to break in. They will open fire. And you know what? I hope it happens. I don't actively wish people to get unalived. But I'm sorry, if you're gonna do something this stupid, then SAFO. Seriously. Like, yeah, this exactly, James. This is like Darwinism. We've been seeing a lot of this as of late. Oh, we've been seeing a lot of Darwinism at work. Zeb, if you hear a body slam into your door, like someone's trying to kick it down to home invade you, so many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Yeah. But we're living in an age where people will boot in your door and home invade you armed. That is becoming more common. But Zeb, yes, know your target was behind it. But if we're talking about a situation where someone is literally running full speed and drop kicking your door, which sounds like someone trying to break into your house. I'm sorry, there's no excuse. If they end up getting shot because of this, all that know your target was behind it, no. You are in your home. You are at fear of being home invaded by possible armed intruders based on the fact that your door just got drop kicked? No. That is a reflex action. There's no, what's the word I'm looking for? The whole idea of knowing where your target is goes out the window when you are in your own home and you receive a sudden fear of home invasion. No, Zeb, no. This is not blind fire. Okay, blind fire is just sticking a firearm around the corner. Okay, this one I'm gonna fight you on this one, because if I was in my home and I am an owner of a firearm and I suddenly hear someone drop kick my fucking door, yes, I'm shooting. And I am very well versed in firearm usage. But you know what? You don't have time, because if someone comes in that door, they're obviously trying to forcibly invade your home. You don't know if they're armed. You don't know if they're gonna start shooting the minute that door comes open. You are fully within your rights, regardless of the whole thing about knowing, knowing what's on the other side, knowing what's downrange, etc., etc. In your own home, fuck that. Especially in this situation. That doesn't matter. That goes out the window. Okay? That goes out the window in a situation like this. Okay? If you are just like out and about and you are in like a public space and you are forced to draw your firearm, well, I mean, that's fine if that's what your opinion is, but I'm gonna disagree in the exact opposite direction on that one. If someone if someone like does a running kick into your door in the in modern day, that constitutes a threat to me. It does. And I'm sorry, if it's some kid doing a stupid TikTok challenge, well, fuck around and find out. It's really as simple as that.
Challenge. And you don't only have to worry about a potentially armed homeowner, but also the police, because obviously this is illegal. But that's not stopping this trend from being so big and viral that these pranks are now happening all over the US. And depending on what state you're based in, the range of your penalties can really vary here, because some people are getting hit with like a basic criminal mischief charge, and others with breaking and entering, because surprise, surprise, if you kick in someone's door at night, that's a charge. So let's play some of these clips because it's ridiculous. Yeah. The frame didn't like that one. That's so unnecessary. Because I mean, like the ding dong ditch, that's annoying, but this.
Yeah. But yeah, exactly. Until the argument about you need to know what's behind what's behind the door, you can't just go shooting blind. Until you are actually the victim of something like that, and realize and have a keen understanding of how terrifying it is. It is. That's exactly my point. Ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. You guys are gonna be spamming this one, aren't you? Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Yeah. I mean, this is home invasion. What they are doing could be possibly, depending upon state law, if you could get a prosecutor with a hair up his or her ass to pull home invasion charges on this, depending how the statute is worded in the state.
This can ruin a family's monthly budget if they suddenly have to replace a front door. So the clip that we just saw happened in Silver Spring, Maryland, which is right outside DC, but as I said previously, it is happening all over the states. So here we have some news coverage on it.
Spoke to numerous people who live here in the Kensington Grove neighborhood. All of them told me they're angry that this even happened in the first place, and these teens need to think twice before kicking on someone's door.
Heard just a loud thud.
It's such a ridiculous trend.
Like they tried to
challenge.
One solid just
it's not ridiculous.
Chuck Kyle
it's dangerous.
says on February 27th, around 6 o'clock at night, he saw and heard 5 teens kicking and banging on his neighbor's door in the Kensington Grove neighborhood in Greenwood. He gave us this surveillance video, which he says showed the teens walking in the neighborhood moments before it happened.
Saw my neighbor take off after him, so we kind of cut through the houses. I followed them, and he chased them. I don't know, 3-4 blocks away, across Stones Crossing, down to Molinex. Lost him in the woods, called the cops. They came and kind of took it from there.
Johnson County Sheriff's officials say the suspects are between 13 and 14 years old. Prosecutor Lance Handler
Come on,
says
guys.
what the teens were doing is all part of a viral TikTok challenge called the Door Kick Challenge.
That right there. That's B&E. That's B&E. Right there. That's freaking B&E.
Part of a viral
Or
TikTok
not this
challenge
one.
called the Door
This one.
Kick Challenge, a new version of Ding Dong Ditch, except instead of ringing the doorbell, the participants bang and kick on the door and then run away.
If kids think about this, they know that this is knucklehead behavior because common sense tells you this is going to terrify somebody. And when you terrify somebody at their door, there can be something happen back to you.
Hamner says he has no tolerance for this, and the juvenile's actions could carry serious consequences.
It's definitely a trespass. It can be considered an attempted residential entry. That's a felony, and it's a serious situation.
And neighbors say teens need to keep that in mind before they take
Imagine
part
ruining your
in
life
these
over a
viral
TikTok
challenges.
challenge. I mean, it's happened, but
You know, it's play stupid games, win stupid
And it's
prizes.
gonna keep happening. That's the thing. It's happened, and it's gonna keep happening. Why? Because I guarantee you, the vast majority of people that are doing this challenge don't receive any punishment. And what do they get instead? Clout. No, no, Massacre, it won't. Because all that's gonna happen is if TikTok gets banned, actually does get banned in the US, like it actually comes to fruition, and TikTok actually is IP blocked in the US. Number one, there's gonna be ways to get around that. But number two, they'll just transition to doing it on YouTube, doing like YouTube shorts for it. They'll transition to do it on Twitch. They'll transition to doing it on Instagram, Snapchat, you name it. TikTok is just the current popular medium to do it. If TikTok goes away, then something will replace it. I guarantee. And it's not so much the medium. That's the thing. I actually do not hold TikTok wholly responsible for this. I think if, social media companies like TikTok, Facebook, etc., they have millions upon millions of users. It is impossible to try and monitor all of them. It really is. I understand that. So that's why I don't hold TikTok wholly responsible for something like this. Because it would be impossible for them to track all their users and to be able to pinpoint this kind of posting and boot them off the platform. I understand that. But they're getting away with it because they're not receiving punishment. The people doing this challenge don't receive punishment. And instead, they get internet clout. So they're like, cool. I can do this. I can be a complete ass myself. And I will not get in trouble. It's basically small version. It's basically like minor league version of Johnny Somali before he got arrested. Now that he's been arrested, and now that he's going to face court for it, if we ever see him again, we'll see if he actually changes. Because if he actually serves any kind of a sentence, like a couple of years or something, and comes out and does the same, at that point, it's like, okay, well, punishment's not working. We have to do something different. Something else has got to change. But, the kids that are doing this don't receive any punishment. Like, they're not receiving it from the courts, and they're probably not receiving it from their parents either. They're like, oh, well, I'm going to take your phone away for a week. Big fucking deal. Seriously. Big deal. And that's why these TikTok challenges like this are going to continue, and they're going to get worse. That's also something to think about. The next TikTok challenge may not only be simply kicking in the door, but actually going into the house. And terrifying the homeowners to think that they're actually getting home invaded. Like, these things escalate. There's no if they will escalate. Unless it gets nipped in the bud fast by the social media companies and by the criminal justice system. And the fucking parents, let's be honest, because most of the people doing these TikTok challenges are teenagers. Honestly, it is teenagers that do these TikToks. So, unless this gets stopped as soon as it starts, it's going to keep going and it will be escalating. Massacre, that's what I'm saying. That is going to be the next TikTok challenge. It is. I've seen you guys may remember that show I told you about called Sheriff? One of the episodes was actually about two guys doing burglaries for clout. They were literally doing a burglary challenge. They were breaking into homes and videotaping themselves doing it and stealing shit and posting it to a forum board to try and become get points and become the best. Now, that's a dramatization, certainly. But how long before we actually start seeing this much more widespread? I don't think it's going to be too much longer.
Somebody is going to get hurt.
The 5 juveniles are expected to appear in court in the coming weeks, and Hamner expects to file juvenile charges later this week. In Johnson County, Jenny Dreisler, Fox 59 News.
Oof. Come on, guys, let's not be this stupid. But, of course, it's also happening inside of college campuses as well. And, of course, the geniuses are filming it themselves.
It is. All right, last one. Dean! He didn't get it.
It all starts with this. You got to knock first.
Wait a sec. I mean...
SVU, open up!
Their faces are clearly visible. Why are they destroying school property for a TikTok challenge?
Okay. This is not the same thing. This is... I'm gonna flat out say it. This is not the same thing. Yeah. This is kind of... this has been going on in college dorms for decades. No. I think he said SVU or something like that. Not FBI. I think he said SVU or something like that. Probably saying he was campus security or something. He did not say FBI. Now I'll play it again because I was going to showcase this.
Are they?
Doing this in this was not a... College, people have been doing this in college for years, honestly. This is not the same as what we're seeing on the street camps where they're running up and booting the crap out of the doors. This one, they're just kind of going thunk, and then, I mean, granted, they're trying to kick in this podcast studio. Well, they have got no room to maneuver, and, they're also not good at it. Yeah, Zeb, I think you're right. I think he said SVU, and I think that was the school's initials. That's the impression I got, too.
He didn't get it.
It all starts with this. You got to knock first.
Wait a sec. I mean...
SVU, open up!
Their faces are clearly visible. Why are they destroying school property
SVU.
for a TikTok challenge? Why?
I swear to God, you're going to want to get this. I'm totally going to get this one. Watch this one. Ready? SVU, open up! Oh!
There's nothing like...
That was staged. That was staged. He didn't forcibly kick that door open.
Why?
Hang on.
I swear to God, you're going to want to get this. I'm totally...
Challenge. Their faces are clearly visible.
Hang on.
SVU, open up!
Their faces are clearly visible. Why?
I swear to God, you're going to want to get this. I'm totally going to get this one. Watch this one. Ready? SVU, open up! Oh!
That was staged. That was... He didn't bust it open. My guess is someone was on the other side of that door. No. Tornado. No. It's not impersonating police. That was not. No, I'm not. Not even close. Yeah, that was 100% staged. I'm guessing someone was inside the room when he knocked on the door like that. They probably turned the handle to basically, unseat the door latch, and when he kicked it, when he did that weak ass kick, it just came open. This was fake. 100% fake. He didn't actually boot the door open. So Atozy getting angry here is... No, this was fake.
There's nothing like spending tens of thousands of dollars a semester for an education to then get expelled for property damage. All for a TikTok challenge. Come on. Like, what?
I'm sure it's been done,
It's
Massacre.
more understandable seeing that behavior from like 13 to 15-year-olds. But from like college students? Really? I'm also...
Atozy, have you seen what colleges are teaching these days? This actually fits right the fuck in. Because most people that go to college come out of it thinking they're going to basically be an internet success. Rotax, also a very possible option that he taped the latch. Yes, that is also an excellent possibility as well. Bottom line is, he didn't actually kick that door in. Yeah, exactly, yeah. College is not a shining example of intelligence and education anymore. It hasn't been that way for probably about 20 years. College has been a freaking joke for like the last decade or two. And holding a college degree does not have the same weight it did. And most kids that go to college, a lot of them, they're like, I'm not blanket statementing on this one. A lot of them, though, just fuck around. And they just float through it, and they come out with a degree that's basically good to wipe your ass with. Because most of them, when they come out of college, they're working at McDonald's for God knows how long because they can't get a job.
Very aware of that there's been plenty of college students arrested for the dumbest things possible. But in a separate situation, you had
Robbie,
two
that's what
teenagers
most
arrested
people
due
are
to this ring camera
suggesting that
footage.
you
And when
do.
they were found, they admitted to doing this because of a TikTok challenge. So they were then arrested with 4 counts of burglary of a dwelling. So this TikTok challenge straight up ruined their life.
Wait. I was reading what you guys were saying. I missed what he
I'm
said.
very aware of that there's been plenty of college students arrested for the dumbest things possible. But in a separate situation, you had 2 teenagers arrested due to this ring camera footage. And when they were found, they admitted to doing this because of a TikTok challenge. So they were then arrested with 4 counts of burglary of a dwelling. So this TikTok challenge straight up ruined their life.
There you go.
Or at least made it way harder for them. Like, this is just so frustrating to watch because it's like, it's so easy to understand, hey,
Guaranteed the charges get dropped. They're gonna charge them high with burglary charges. Guarantee those will get dropped down to just disorderly conduct misdemeanor. Violente, yes, I did do the ice bucket challenge. I did. Just because that was fun, not dangerous, I wasn't hurting anybody. That was a fun little challenge, and yes, I did do that. And hello, Tempest, thank you for the follow.
hey, this is a really bad idea. This can have some very serious consequences, not only for yourself, but also others. Like, who wants to be scared in the middle of the night and then wake up to
Welcome,
find
Ho.
a broken front
Hope you like the
door,
live version.
which then needs to be replaced, which, can range anywhere from like $400 to $2,000 and upwards. Like, it's just so ridiculous. But that last incident we just talked about happened in Florida, hence the very strict charges. You don't mess around in Florida. That's
Okay, that makes
I've
sense.
learned from just sitting here watching people doing stupid stuff for a living. The people who F around in Florida, they really find out. But this also happened in Idaho, where they warned if they were caught, because apparently they didn't find them, they would face years of probation and dozens of hours of community service.
Where? Fucking where? Probation and several dozen hours of community service. Fucking where? That's not punishment. It's possible, Andrea, but who knows? It's a crack shit these days. It seems like more often than not, the judges don't have much interest in making examples out of people anymore because they're so overloaded. There may be a few now and then where it just like gets under the judge's skin, but I don't think there's too much of it these days.
And the list just keeps going on because apparently this is a very viral trend happening all across the US. You also had 3 teens in Texas who were also caught doing this, and they were charged with criminal mischief and evading the police. So, wow, unexpected that Texas would be one of the lighter charges. I guess evading the police isn't really that light of a charge, but criminal mischief is pretty light compared to breaking and entering. Or burglary, that's what it was. It was a burglary charge. Come on, guys, you should know better.
And it is just like it sounds. People run up to doors, kick them as hard as they can, and then they...
The shocking thing is just...
That looked like more than just kicking. This one looked like he was doing a lot more than just kicking the door.
People run up to doors, kick them as hard as they can, and then they...
Well, maybe it was just... Okay. How many incidents there
maybe
is
was.
of this? Like, there's hundreds of these.
New Jersey reporter Anthony Johnson spoke to a woman in East Orange who has been a victim of the social media challenge.
This has become a growing problem, which appears to be part of a TikTok challenge, showing people kicking the front doors of random homes.
Bear in mind, they're also dressed like criminals. Look at how they're dressed. Hoodies, face masks. They're dressed. The way they're dressed would make anybody think that they are actually about to commit a robbery or a burglary. That they are literally trying to break into this house to commit a felony. So they're not like it's not simply just doing the actions. They're also dressed to look like they're about to do it too.
And running away.
Because it would make more sense if there was like a couple of incidents, but since there's hundreds of these, I'm shocked that there's this many people who do this.
A banging sound that's like insanely loud.
I'm surprised there hasn't been yet either.
Put out an advisory warning residents this is an ongoing trend. There has been no official word on how many of these incidents have taken place. We've seen similar trends created on TikTok. But police officials say this one could turn out better.
That seemed tame compared to the other ones we've seen.
Because they...
He said, now he's saying that one seems tame? The college one seemed tame as hell too. The college one was even more tame and fake.
Could be risking their lives.
For our residents and homeowners, you know, it can frighten them. But then for those who are participating, it could be lethal or deadly for them as well.
One victim of the door kicking challenge had to spend hundreds on repairs and wonders why anyone would do such a
that
thing.
sucks.
Oh,
Their actions on social media.
Think
about that. You have a bunch of kids playing this stupid fucking TikTok challenge. Bust your door like this. Now, you have no way to secure your home when you go to sleep. Think about that. You now have no way to secure your home from actual burglars because of these fucking TikTokers. Because they're doing this. Because it's highly doubtful that you're going to be able to call someone out that late at night to come and facilitate the repair. At the most, they're gonna have to like board up their house so the front door is no longer usable. Yeah, exactly. It's so that at the bare minimum, the 6 is going to be probably 3 to 5 times the normal price of what a regular repair will be because it's an emergency and somebody's got to come out in the middle of the night. And it's probably not going to be a permanent one either. It's probably just going to be a temporary fix until the person can get out there with proper materials the following day or even days plural to do the proper fix, which is going to cost even more money. You could be looking at costing these idiots could be costing these people $1,000 at minimum. At minimum, $1,000 potentially speaking. We're living in an age where home break-ins are on an increase. You know, people breaking into homes for, to rob them is on the increase. And why would you not think that when this is happening, someone's trying to break in? Even if you live in, like, suburbia. It happens in suburbia, too. Especially, and like I said, especially when the kids that are doing it are, like, doing everything to conceal their identity, just like criminals do. Just like burglars and robbers do.
Oh, that sucks.
To post their actions on social media.
to have my mom spend an extra $700 because it was a challenge.
Oh.
What was the challenge? To scare us to death? Because that's pretty pathetic.
One witness says the suspects are usually teenagers.
That
And in
just
most
sucks.
cases, they take off running right after kicking the door.
Yes, this is going on in New Jersey as well. Oh man, guys, come on. Let's do a little better. Come on, TikTok. What are y'all doing? I mean, if it's not obvious enough, the attention that you get from doing this TikTok challenge is not worth any of the downsides.
Yeah, tomato, it
I
happens
get that
everywhere.
most people that are doing this are kids, and some kids are just gonna do some stupid stuff. But maybe parents need to start sitting down and having the TikTok talk with your kids.
That would be asking parents to actually fucking parent for once in their life with these people. Because that's the thing. How many of these kids are coming from homes where the parents just don't fucking care? I'm not throwing any numbers out of how many I think are, how many are not, that all these kids come from broken homes. No, I'm not saying that. People that grow up in with very nice families can do incredibly stupid shit like this too. A big chunk of this responsibility rests with the parents. A big chunk of it. And for parents that are responsible, they might actually. No, Revan, I'm not going to say that. That's why I said I'm not going to blanket statement about what kind of home these kids come from, because some of these kids can come from perfectly normal homes. But when you look at a broader societal standpoint, with these kids trying to fit in, parents can only do so much. They can't. They can try and raise their children right, try to instill good values in them, give them all the love that they can. But at some point, that they need social acceptance from outside of family as well. They can't just be sequestered in this little familial bubble where the only love and attention they get is from their parents. They when they try to find like social acceptance amongst their peers.
Since my signal has been shitty, I will say good night for today. Hope you have a great rest of your stream. Ember later strays. Good night. Here some bits to remember me by. Cheer 100, cheer 100, cheer 100, cheer 100.
Yeah, Andrea, it's a fair assessment, but I'm not gonna blanket statement it like that. Where it's like they're spoiled rich kids and the parents just don't give a shit. I'm not gonna do a blanket statement like that. But I am gonna say that kids, will do incredibly stupid shit to feel like they are accepted amongst their peers. Like if for whatever reasons they connect with a group of kids and these kids decide they want to do this stupid thing. They want to be accepted by their friend group and their peer group, so they go along with it. In the meantime, the parents have done their best to try and raise them right. Like if in a situation like that, when the parents try to do the best that they can, and the kid just falls in with a bad crowd because he's just trying to get acceptance from peers, I'm not going to fault the parents for that. That's why I'm not going to blanket statement and say, oh, these parents are all suck. They don't know how to discipline their kids. Because that may very well not be the case. I'm sure it's a case in some of the incidents. Some of them, absolutely, I'm sure it's there. But I won't say it's all of them. Not by any stretch. I do think that this is a societal problem. That doing this kind of stuff to this extreme of a level speaks to a societal problem where, kids are growing up not giving a shit about other people's property and growing up to be selfish and desperate for internet clout because that's the only way that they feel like their life has meaning. That's a whole different issue. I think that may be just as big or even more of a prevalent issue that's going on with this challenge versus parents, and even the court systems.
Hey son, hey daughter, if you see a stupid challenge or trend on TikTok, think before you do it. Actually, just don't do any TikTok trends or challenges at all. You'll be better off. Please don't be a moron. I've sacrificed so much to get you up to this point. Don't screw it up. Don't ruin our family legacy over a TikTok challenge, please. Imagine their parents go to...
Exactly. Well, yeah, I mean, that's exactly my point, Atanashi. It's our society in all scopes is fucked right now. We are living in a society that is truly screwed up. And there is no easy way to fix it. And there is no quick fix either. What has happened in our society in a multitude of facets and venues, this is something that will take decades to recover from. Once that recovery begins, we have not even started the recovery process yet. Once the recovery process for everything that is plaguing modern society right now with all this shit, once that process begins, this will be a multi-decade long recovery before we kind of get back onto a more even keel from a societal standpoint.
Work, and then you have the water cooler gossip. Her son is in jail for a TikTok challenge. Nightmare fuel. But this should also be a given. Like, there's never been any point in my life where I thought running and kicking in someone's door would be a good idea or even something I would ever want to do. So maybe this new generation is just cooked, but who knows? I guess time will tell,
yeah,
because eventually they'll all be taking care of us. I say that like I'm a boomer. No, I'm the first year of Gen Z. So I guess we need better role models, maybe. Shit. I don't know. I don't even think there's a solution for it. I guess we just gotta ride it out and see what happens. But hey, if you guys are new here, feel free to subscribe or I might not see you again. YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this video and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh, ow. Ah, I just winded myself.
Yeah, I don't know, chat. Society is a scary thing right now. Really, Aki. Do you wind yourself just trying to get up from the chair? Because that's not going to be great after once you start basic trading. I hope you're more physically fit. Haha, kidding. I know you are. I know. Oh, you act surprised by this, Violante. No, Eki, I understood what you meant. No, I did. I understood what I understand perfectly what you meant. Yeah. Someone said it in chat. And it's exactly correct. A person is smart, people are dumb, stupid, panicky animals. Emphasis on the dumb.